Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to do all the maintenance on the Ecovacs T50 robot vacuum cleaner. So I've had this robot for about a month. I did take it to my house. I was not super impressed with it. I do feel like it was kind of getting stuck a lot and not cleaning the absolute best because I just had the Mova P10 Pro at my house right before, and I had an amazing experience with the Mova P10 Pro. Again, I buy these robots with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video. That's an absolute much better robot, Mova P10 Pro. But I did originally give it my Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. I will be removing it. It's not going to make it to my website, justadadapproved.com. That's where the robots that end up on my website have a gold star, and that's after I've done my extensive testing with them. The preliminary results, the T50 was actually pretty good, but taking it to my house, it was constantly getting stuck, and I was watching it while I was cleaning, and I'm like, no, I remember the Mova was cleaning a little bit better. So anyway, let's get started. If you've got some maintenance reminders popping up, I'm going to show you how to clean the dirty water tank, change the dustbin, all the maintenance, the sensors, the dustbin on the Roborock, or the robot, and the mop pads. So let's get started. We'll work our way down. Now the dirty water tank we'll take to the sink. I'm going to show you a hack here. These things get really stinky. And also we want to undock the robot and turn it off. Okay, so grab right here, pull this. This is the dust bag. Here is the solution tank. This is where you're going to put concentrated solution. Now, I have a great big video where I go over all the different cleaning solutions that you can put in here, or the clean water tank. So it's time to fill that up. So the dust bag, it's right here. You're going to simply pull this out. Okay, this little slider comes to close, and that way you just throw this away. We are getting a little bit of leakage, looks like. I don't like that. All right, now take the new bag, and you're going to slide it in. I don't have a new bag, but there is a trick here. You want to make sure and push it in. You want to hear that click. If you don't hear that click, it's not installed all the way. Like, don't think it's installed like that. There's a micro switch down there. That has to be right there up against that little ledge. Make sure the bag's not in the track. Push it back in here. You're good to go. And it looks like it is the same bag as the X9. All right, put the top ears in first and snap it into place. All right, let's take the dustbin out. Ooh, quite a bit of stuff in there. Yeah, see, didn't auto empty everything. Let's open this, take the filter off. That's really fine dust. We can take the door off. We can get in there and take all this out. And then we can take this or just blow that out. We can wash this in the sink, but you have to let everything, you're going to wash this in the sink, but you have to let it dry in the sun. Now up here there are some sensors. So here's some sensors. There's all kinds of dust. There's even some dust. That's the spinning LiDAR. You can't clean the spinning LiDAR, but you can kind of clean in there a little bit. Again, we don't want to damage that spinning LiDAR. And there is a piece of hair. Get out. Make sure the bumper is nice and free. A sensor here on the side. And a sensor here in the back. And this is the charging points. And this is the auto empty duct. Let's just take a look. Yep, it's clean. No more sensors over here. This is where it fills the robot up. Let's flip it over. All right, let me reposition. Mop pads, let's take these off. It was doing an okay job. I don't smell any odor on them. Again, if you need to replace them or just throw them in your laundry, just throw it in your laundry. It does kind of freshen them up. Put new ones on like this. Looking to do pretty good around here. Nothing going on here. Take the brush roller, pinch these tabs, lift the door up. No hair wrap, that's good. Now, it is a good idea to wash this off in the sink, but you have to let it dry in the sun. But there is quite a bit of dirt that gathers on all of this stuff. And then we may need to wipe that down. If you need to replace the side brush, it just pulls up, but you got to be careful. Whoa. Man, it feels like I'm going to break it. Dang, that's too hard. That is a fragile arm, and I felt like I was going to break it. But if you need to replace the side brush, it's just a square. I don't like, that's too hard. We have some more sensors here. These are the cliff sensors. These are every 30 hours. Oh, there's one kind of hidden back here. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The wheel looks in good shape. If there's hair wrap, you can take some screwdrivers and very gently poke up. There's the carpet sensor. We just kind of want to lightly blow. Just lightly blow a little air in there. You know, it should look like that. You don't want to poke anything down in there. Check the wheels. They look in good shape. Okay, we're done here. There is a membrane here, and that we want to be real careful if you wipe that off, but that is a really thin plastic. And if you break that membrane, it's probably going to break the robot. Yeah, these look in pretty good shape. I could take these to the sink and wash them also. All right, let's take the cleaning tray out, press this little tab here, and the whole tray comes out. Pull this up. Quite a bit of, looks like from the mop pads. We're going to take this to the sink. This looks in relatively good shape, so we just need to take this tray to the sink. So the trick for the dirty water tanks, after you clean it, put a Efferdent tablet in the dirty water tank, and it prevents the odor. Just set it in the bottom. It'll prevent the odor. Here's the world famous Just a Dead cleaning brush from Walmart. I'll put a link to it in the show description notes. I have been using kind of this cleaner. In the dirty water tanks, I've been using this scrubbing bubbles. And here's the clean water tanks. I've been putting this Shark Hydrovac and the Shark Vac Mop in, and I have been having good results. So let's go ahead and start cleaning. Let's do the filter first. It's the most satisfying. I wish the filter was a little bigger, and it doesn't come out any more than that. It's kind of like part of this door. You gotta let that dry in the sun. Now the rest of the stuff we can kind of let's clean this. This has a big door that opens up. There's another little filter right here to clean. Clean these. These aren't too bad. A lot of big moving parts. And I'm not going to wash the brush roller, but you could just bring the brush roller over here, wash it. Let it dry in the sun though. These things get really wet. You know, we're not too worried about the base station. Okay, here is the tray. Again, this just kind of snaps in. Should be flush. There's a tube that should just go right. Push it in. Yeah, the tube goes right where it should. That is done. Mop pads, we can put the mop pads back on. Again, you can replace them. I will put links to it in the show description note to a kit. Mop pads are installed. Let's put the brush roller in. Again, I could have rinsed all this off, but lots of crevices that need to dry. I didn't rinse. I could have washed this too. Put the front ears in. Push down. You should hear both of them click. Brush is on. We're good. Sensors are cleaned. Flip over. Okay. Let's get this. This should just snap into place. There's a big spot right here where that kind of lines up. So push that in. Yeah, it just sits there. It doesn't. It just sits there like that. Then. Okay, let's go to the maintenance. Again, cleaning log. I don't know how I don't know how to find the totals. Go to maintenance. Now, the side brush is in good shape, but if you replaced it, you would hit that's where to purchase it. We don't want to purchase it. You want to scroll down, hit replaced. Main brush, there it is. Again, scroll down, hit replace. Filter, again, we didn't replace the filter. We cleaned it, and you're supposed to clean it every 2 weeks, so we're not going to hit replace. We don't want to reset that timer. Other components, this is the sensors. Confirm. Mop pads, looks like they've worked 3 hours. That doesn't make sense. I didn't replace them yet. Dust bag, it tells you I did, let's hit replaced. But it doesn't give me like an hour. Ecovacs solution, and I added some, let's just say. It doesn't say if it has hours on it or not. Okay, so we're all good. Put it in back in, I turned it back on, put it in the dock, and hit the station. You can do an auto empty, you can do a wash the mop. That kind of verifies everything's working okay. So again, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. That's where you'll find the robots that I just don't hassle with. And I think they do a much better job of cleaning than the Ecovacs T50. Got the Dream L40S coming up. Just bought that. Well, I didn't just buy it. I've had it for about 3 weeks, but I got to unbox and get reviewed. So I review robot vacuum cleaners for a living. When I have great results and not a big hassle factor, they earn my gold star. Check out justadadapproved.com, and thanks for watching.